Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fragrance review. Thank you so much for watching. And in this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at a fragrance from the niche brand Heeley, and the fragrance is called Sel Marin. So here's the bottle. Now I do have to say I don't have a lot of information about this fragrance in terms of the release date or the perfumer. I looked online, I wasn't able to locate any, but I do know that the owner of the company or the creative director is James Heeley. Now this fragrance is classified as an aromatic aquatic, and I think it's very true to its classification. When you take a look at the name Sel Marin, it translates to marine salt or sea salt, and it is indeed a very salty fragrance. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on. Now this happens to be one of my favorite niche brands. I don't have too many of their offerings, but it seems like most of the fragrances that I've tried I actually really enjoy. Oranges and lemons, Montfresh, Figuier, and even Cardinal. So I'm going to let you guys know what I think about this fragrance, Sel Marin. Next up, let's take a look at the presentation. First, I would like to apologize. I don't have the box for this one. I actually bought this one used, so I only can show you guys the presentation on the bottle, but it's a really nice looking bottle. You have a wooden cap. I don't believe this is, I think this is real wood actually. You have the Heeley logo engraved into the cap. The cap clicks into place very securely. You can pick it up from the cap. You have the individualized logo here on the front, Sel Marin, name of the company down at the bottom, a sticker at the very bottom with your important information, and this is one of the most powerful atomizers that I've seen. You can even hear how hard it spits out the liquid. Distribution could be a little bit better, but that was the presentation for Sel Marin by Heeley. So my good friend Matthew writes, "This is the best, authentic ocean vibe with salty seaweed." Carlos echoes that it's one of his favorite aquatic, beachy themed scents, and Al agrees that it is great stuff. Now, what you'll get from this fragrance immediately when you spray it on is a very salty vibe. And this is, in essence, a very true aquatic fragrance. I know we usually hear that term being thrown around to refer to cool water or acqua di Gio, and those do contain a chemical compound known as Cologne, which gives off kind of like an aquatic, beachy feel, and it might even be contained in this fragrance because this fragrance also has an aquatic accord, but this also has a very salty nuance that a lot of other fragrances lack. And I think that that's what makes this a true aquatic. You have the aquatic accord, you have a sea salt note, you also have seaweed being used as an ingredient in this fragrance, which I think makes this a little bit more avant-garde. I think it makes this fragrance very unique, but I think it also strips it a little bit of its wearability. Now, when you wear it, you will smell as though you have sun-kissed skin. So I do have to echo with what one of my subscribers said when he said it has a beachy vibe to it. I think that there are a lot of beachy scents out there. I think you have Coney Island, which is also very salty, but it also has like that melony, fruity smell. You have Creed's Virgin Island Water, which smells like a pina colada that you would smell at the beach. And then you have something like Fire Island by Bond No. 9, or even Longboard by Mint New York, which smells like suntan lotion. Now you have this fragrance. This smells like you just went swimming in the beach, or maybe even you went out in the middle of the ocean on a ship and you happened to fall in the water, and then you get back in the boat and you still have the sea salt covering your entire body. That's what this fragrance smells like. It's too salty. Some people have even said it's kind of fishy, and I think that for that reason it is stripped a little bit of its practical wearability. I think that this fragrance is a work of art, and I think that when you're talking about true aquatics, the end of the line is here. I think that this is the best aquatic fragrance on the market, both designer and niche. However, it is more of an artistic representation than a fragrance that you would wear in public. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mean to suggest that this fragrance smells bad. That's not what I'm implying here. I actually think the smell on this one is good, but in a unique way. I just think that there might be some people who will smell it and they're expecting more of a cologne smell from you. They're not really expecting you to smell like this. But I think those who are easily intrigued, or those who have a nose for the artistic, will appreciate this a great deal. Overall, I think this is a very nice scent. I think this is a true work of art. I think that this is a masterpiece in the community, and I think it uses a salty nuance in a way that's actually kind of enjoyable despite its lack of wearability. And I'm talking about fragrances like Secretions Magnifique that are very salty, but they're also very metallic and unwearable. I think this is one of the fragrances that's very wearable, despite the fact that it will turn some people off. So it's not your average aquatic. We'll end on that. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Last up we have the rating. First up we have uniqueness and overall smell, and I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10. Now this is a very unique scent, and despite its probably potential low compliment factor, this is a work of art and it's a masterpiece. I truly think that this is the best aquatic fragrance on the market. If you're looking for a true aquatic, the end of the line is right here, right? Your search ends here. This is the best that you can find. However, not everybody's going to like it, but to give this anything less than a 10 out of 10 with the aesthetic merit that it bears, it would be outrageous. This is a great scent. This is truly one of my favorites. As far as longevity goes, it's a 5 out of 5. I get about 5 hours on my skin. So I guess with a fragrance of this compositional nature, you're more likely to wear it on a casual basis. So you'd want it to last a little bit longer, you know, especially if you're running a lot of errands. As far as projection goes, also a 5 out of 10. With this fragrance, it radiates within an elbow's length for a couple hours, and then it starts to sit close to the skin. I think that the projection is pretty okay. I think it could be a little bit better, so I gave it a 5 out of 10. As far as versatility goes, I gave this one a 7 out of 10. I think this works best in the hotter weather. It's certainly evocative of that. I think this works on anybody of any age. It's totally unisex, and I think in terms of social scenarios, it would work best casually. Night out, no. Suit and tie, I would reach for something a little bit more appealing, a little bit more wearable. And lastly, in terms of presentation, I don't think it's anything to marvel at, but I do like the graphic individualization on the illustration on each bottle. I gave it a 7 out of 10. And overall, I'm going to give Sel Marin by Heeley a 7 out of 10. I think that if you're a collector and you're looking for strange, unique, daring, and just very unique scents, this is a great scent to add to your collection. If you're looking for the perfect aquatic, you have a thing for salty, beachy themed fragrances, this is a great one to add to your collection, along with Longboard by Min New York, Fire Island by Bond No. 9, and even Coney Island by Bond No. 9. But if you're looking for fragrances that are going to be magnets for compliments, I may look somewhere else. And if you're looking for fragrances that you can wear everywhere, to work, on a night out, this is not the fragrance for that. This is more a fragrance to be appreciated for its artistic value. So there you have it, guys. That was my review of Sel Marin by Heeley. If you own or have tried this fragrance, please let me know what you think by leaving a comment down below. Also, please don't forget to rate and subscribe for future videos. So again, everyone, thank you very much for watching. This has been Steven with another fragrance review from Redolessence. I'll see you soon.